important move in 2021.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. So let me ask you, what's your personal feelings on where the price can go? I know many say the price needs to go to about 60 to bring these other mines online to meet this increased demand. Where do you think the price can go?
I definitely think that we're seeing 70, $75, $80 uranium sometime in the future. Um, the price needs to move. It's not, we're hoping, it needs to move to a certain price to incentivize new production. That new production is needed. So just to feed the current nuclear fleet of worldwide nuclear reactors, we need new production to come online at some point in time. So, like logically, the price, should settle at 55, 60, 65, or around 70. And that should help incentivize some new production. But when you look at the setup in the last uranium bull market from 2000, let's say 3 to 2007, once financial players came into the sector and started scooping up yellow cake and driving the price up, I mean, it could run. I think it could run.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's discounted that a lot of people, especially very, very professional investors, I think discount because it's so fundamental oriented in their ballpark. And we're seeing it. I mean, what happened with GameStop, I mean, the silver craze seems to, at least in the media, be short-lived, although all these bullion dealers are out of silver. And you've got this Robinhood environment. You have the internet now. I think most retail investors don't even care what they buy as long as it goes up. And so when that starts to happen, I think it's going to be madness. I mean, the market cap and the amount of even stocks that are available is so infinitesimally small that I personally think that it has the potential. I don't even think it has the potential. I think it's going to happen. It's going to be a black swan. That's going to happen to silver too, but uranium's even smaller than silver. I mean, there's even less companies. And so that's another thing that gets me pretty excited. What do you think about the prospects of that type of fear of missing out craze, especially where, there's a lot of people trying to find good returns on capital, whether it's hedge funds or retail investors or pensions? What do you think about all that?
I completely agree with everything you've just said. You look at different sectors. The cannabis sector, I think, is a very good comparison. When cannabis became legal in different places like Canada, a whole bunch of new cannabis companies started popping up, and investors just piled into the sector, made a ton of money. Those that came in early and they made a lot of money. There's also investors that came in late and didn't make money because the sector started going down in 2019, I believe, the summer of 2019. So I completely agree with what you said. With what's happening now, with how people are digitally and through social media connected, and how you see people just sharing messages and this sort of like flocking into one sector, like we did with GameStop, for example. I think that the potential is there to drive some of these equities to ridiculous levels. And I'd also like to add that, in 2007, that's 14 years ago. So I don't think that there were as many people that were as connected as they are now. However, people today know about the last bull market. People are talking about this uranium bull market. So people have sort of a memory that it occurred, or they heard, either they witnessed it themselves, or they're hearing people talk about it. So it's kind of like being built up. And so I think that when it occurs, a lot of money could pile into the sector and drive some equities to ridiculous valuations.
Yeah, that's what I think. I wonder, even if the price doesn't go as high as the last one where it went over 100, I actually think the equity still might outperform the last one just because of the amount of liquidity and there's a couple of these stocks that are on Robinhood, and there's a huge retail YouTube investor crowd as well that that doesn't care about uranium and they don't care about precious metals. They just care about what's going up. And so I think that that's very exciting. Let me ask you,